All right, everyone. Wherever you're listening from right now, in your car, at the gym, late at night with headphones on, welcome. Today isn't just another debate. It's not just highlights versus highlights. It's not just numbers versus numbers.
No, today we're doing something dangerous. We're touching legacy.
We're touching emotion.
We're touching identity.
Because when people argue about greatness, they're not really arguing about basketball. They're arguing about what it felt like to witness something special.
They're arguing about memory versus modern reality.
So, let's set the tone clearly. This is respect versus respect. Era versus era. Fire versus evolution.
And if you're listening right now, ask yourself something. When you hear the word greatest, what do you feel first? Is it dominance or is it longevity?
Is it fear?
Or adaptability?
Because today, we begin the real conversation. Jordan versus Taylor.
Old school mentality versus new school mastery.
Let's start with something simple. What did dominance feel like?
That's interesting. Not what did it look like? What did it feel like?
Exactly. Because before analytics, before social media debates, before 24-hour sports talk, there was tension, real tension. You watched a game knowing something inevitable was about to happen.
I hear that word a lot when you talk. Inevitable.
Because that's what it was. Fourth quarter, close game, arena loud, clock ticking down, and everybody in that building knew who was taking the shot.
Number 23.
Number 23. When you say Michael Jordan, people don't just remember points, they remember a feeling.
Fear?
Yes, fear. Opponents felt it, fans felt it, even teammates felt it.
Or maybe that's just nostalgia talking.
Nostalgia doesn't go 6 for 6 in the finals. Nostalgia doesn't collect 6 finals MVPs. Nostalgia doesn't make the entire arena quiet before the shot even leaves the hand.
Okay, I'll give you this. The aura was real, but let's not pretend that era didn't have its advantages.
Advantages?
Slower pace, more isolation, less switching defenses. The game allowed a superstar to dominate the ball and dictate rhythm differently than today.
Slower doesn't mean easier. It was physical. Hand-checking was allowed. Hard fouls were normal. You had defenders grabbing you, bumping you, challenging every cut.
And today's prayers deal with something different. Constant scrutiny, every game dissected, every mistake viral in seconds. That pressure never turns off.
Pressure builds greatness.
So does evolution.
You keep saying evolution like it automatically means improvement.
In many ways, it does. Players today are more skilled across positions. Big men shoot threes. Guards rebound like forwards. The game is positionless.
But skill expansion isn't the same as psychological dominance.
Define psychological dominance.
It's when your opponent believes you're going to win before the game ends. It's when the defender plays perfect defense and still feels helpless. It's when the moment gets bigger and you get calmer.
That calm in chaos, that's powerful.
That was the 90s fire. It wasn't just about scoring, it was about imposing will.
But here's where evolution enters. Modern greatness isn't always about fear. It's about sustainability. It's about adapting year after year, surviving rule changes, system changes, roster changes.
So you're saying modern greatness is about endurance?
Yes, endurance, versatility, efficiency. The modern superstar isn't just a scorer. He's a playmaker, defender, strategist.
But when the game is on the line, does versatility matter or does will matter?
It's both, but the game has changed. Defenses switch everything. Spacing stretches the floor. The modern closer has to read complex schemes in seconds.
Every era has complexity.
True, but complexity evolves, and so do athletes.
Let me ask you something honestly. If you could choose one player to take the last shot in a tied finals game, who do you trust more, the symbol of dominance or the product of evolution?
That's the heart of the debate.
Exactly.
Because when people defend your era, they defend a feeling. When people defend mine, they defend progression.
So this isn't just Jordan versus Taylor.
It's certainty versus adaptation.
And Module 1 makes one thing clear. Greatness is not just about what you do. It's about how you make people feel when you do it.
And the question for everyone listening right now is simple. Do you value fire that burns intensely and leaves a legend, or evolution that adapts and dominates over time?
That's where we start.
And we're only getting warmed up.
All right. If Module 1 was about dominance, then Module 2 has to be about pressure.
Good, because people love romanticizing the past like pressure didn't exist today.
Pressure always existed.
Not like this.
Explain.
In your era, if you had a bad game, the story lasted maybe a day, a newspaper headline, a sports recap. Then it moved on.
True.
Today, one bad game becomes a viral clip in seconds. Social media explodes. Analysts debate it for a week. Memes spread globally. Your mistake lives forever online.
So you're saying digital exposure multiplies pressure?
Exactly. Modern players don't just play the opponent, they play the internet.
We played hostile arenas, physical defense, trash talk face-to-face.
And today's players play psychological warfare 24/7. There is no off switch.
But does outside noise equal inside pressure?
Imagine this. You miss a game-winning shot. Before you reach the locker room, millions have already judged you. Slow-motion replays, harsh comments, comparisons to history.
That's heavy.
It follows you home. It follows your family. It follows your brand.
I didn't have that level of global scrutiny.
Exactly. Pressure evolved.
But here's the difference. In the 90s, the pressure wasn't digital. It was physical and immediate. You knew if you failed, your opponent would attack you harder next possession. No space, no freedom.
So yours was battlefield pressure.
Yes, real-time survival.
And ours is constant evaluation.
But when the clock hits 5 seconds in the finals, none of that matters. It's just you and the moment.
And modern players still deliver in that moment.
Do they deliver with certainty or probability?
Interesting choice of words.
Explain.
Certainty feels different. When Jordan took the last shot, it didn't feel like maybe. It felt like, of course.
But of course they missed, but the aura remained.
So pressure is not just about outcome, it's about perception.
Exactly.
Modern stars carry expectation every single season, play 20 years at elite level, maintain peak body condition, adjust to younger talent constantly entering the league.
So longevity as pressure?
Yes, sustained excellence over decades creates a different kind of weight. Every year you're compared to your past self.
That's exhausting.
And yet they still produce.
So maybe pressure didn't get easier, it changed form.
Exactly. Fire versus spotlight.
Battlefield versus broadcast.
Immediate impact versus permanent record.
So for everyone listening, ask yourself, which pressure is heavier? The physical battle in the moment or the endless global judgment after it?
Because greatness survives pressure, but the type of pressure defines the era.
And we're just getting deeper.
Next, we talk about skill.
Now that's where it gets interesting. All right, let's talk skill.
Good, because this is where the modern era really separates itself.
Or where it complicates itself.
Complicates?
In the 90s, roles were clear. Centers dominated the paint. Guards controlled tempo. Small forwards attacked the wing. You mastered your craft.
Today, you master everything.
Everything?
Big men shoot threes, guards post up, forwards initiate offense, players switch defensively across all 5 positions. The game evolved beyond traditional labels.
That's true, but clarity has power. When everyone knows their role, excellence sharpens.
Or limits growth.
Let me ask you something. If you're the best mid-range scorer in the world, unstoppable in isolation, elite defender, and clutch, do you need to shoot from 35 feet?
In today's spacing system, yes.
Or is that just stylistic inflation?
No, it's mathematical evolution. 3 points are worth more than 2. Efficiency models changed strategy. Skill had to expand.
So analytics shaped skill development.
Absolutely. Modern players train differently. Shooting mechanics are refined earlier. Ball handling drills start younger. Nutrition, recovery science, biomechanics, all upgraded.
So you're saying athletes today are more complete.
On average, yes.
But completeness doesn't always equal dominance.
Why not?
Because sometimes greatness is about being unstoppable at one thing, perfecting a weapon so lethal that defenses collapse anyway.
But modern defenses are smarter. They rotate faster. They switch schemes instantly. One-dimensional stars get neutralized quickly.
Yet certain players still impose will regardless of scheme.
True, but they impose it with versatility now.
Let's talk physical tools. In the 90s, hand-checking slowed perimeter players. Driving lanes were crowded. Contact was constant.
And today's players face switching, length, athleticism at every position. 7-footers move like guards now.
That part is real. Athletic standards rose.
Exactly. The baseline skill level across the league improved. Bench players shoot efficiently. Role players space the floor.
Depth increased.
Significantly.
But here's my question. Does higher average skill reduce the separation between legends and everyone else?
That's a strong point.
In Jordan's era, when he elevated, the gap felt massive. You could see the difference.
Today, the league is flatter. The margins are tighter.
So maybe modern greatness looks less dominant because competition is more balanced.
That's fair.
But here's the flip side. In a league where everyone is skilled, sustaining elite status becomes harder.
Exactly. Staying at the top when the floor keeps rising is its own achievement.
So specialization created separation. Versatility demands adaptation.
Fire perfected a blade. Evolution builds a toolkit.
That's poetic.
It's accurate.
So listeners, what impresses you more? A player who masters a weapon so completely that it becomes iconic, or a player who can do everything at a high level for years?
Because skill isn't static. It's shaped by the era.
And the era shapes how we define greatness.
Now let's go deeper.
Deeper?
Legacy.
Ah, now it gets personal. All right, now we're stepping into dangerous territory.
Legacy always is.
Because when people defend Jordan's era, they point to one thing first: 6 championships, 6 finals appearances, 0 losses on that stage.
Perfection in the finals.
Exactly. 6 for 6. No Game 7. No collapse. When the lights were brightest, the job was finished.
That stat carries weight. I won't pretend it doesn't.
It's not just a stat. It's symbolism. It represents closure, dominance without doubt.
Or it represents context.
Context?
Team structure, coaching systems, organizational stability. Championships are team achievements.
Of course they are, but leadership drives teams.
So does longevity.
Go on.
The modern greatness isn't always about perfect finals records. It's about sustained excellence across 15, 18, even 20 seasons. Deep playoff runs across different rosters, different systems, different teammates.
So you're valuing duration over perfection.
I value adaptability over isolated peak.
Is 6 championships an isolated peak?
It's extraordinary, but the modern argument asks, what if a player reaches more finals? What if he carries weaker rosters further? What if he evolves his game year after year?
So legacy becomes layered.
Exactly. It's no longer just rings. It's impact across time.
But championships still define careers.
They do, but how we interpret them changed.
Explain.
In the 90s, loyalty was expected. Stars stayed. Teams built around them. Today, player movement reshapes narratives. Super teams form. Trades redefine careers. The league is fluid.
And some say that weakens legacy.
Or it shows strategic intelligence.
Strategic intelligence?
Yes, choosing environments, maximizing opportunity, understanding business as well as basketball.
But does calculated movement carry the same emotional weight as staying and conquering?
It depends on what the listener values, stability or agency.
When Jordan won, it felt like a kingdom built and defended.
When modern stars win, it feels like alliances formed to challenge dynasties.
Different narratives.
Exactly. Legacy now includes versatility, longevity, global influence, statistical milestones, and cultural impact.
But perfection remains rare.
True.
But perfection remains rare.
True.
6 championships without a finals loss created mythology. That record became untouchable.
Yet, modern players break other records: all-time scoring, all-time assists for position, playoff appearances across decades.
Longevity builds accumulation.
And accumulation builds sustained relevance.
But when you compress greatness into its purest form, do you want the flawless peak or the mountain climbed for 20 years?
That's the heart of this module.
Rings versus longevity.
Perfection versus persistence.
And the debate gets heavier.
Because now we talk about impact beyond basketball.
Culture. All right. Now we're stepping off the hardwood and into the world. Legacy isn't just rings or stats. It's influence.
Influence over culture, economy, fashion, media. It's the ripple effect beyond the court.
You mean like Air Jordans?
Exactly. Sneakers became a global phenomenon. Kids everywhere wanted number 23, from Tokyo to Johannesburg to Paris.
That wasn't planned. That wasn't marketing. That was desire. People wanted to emulate greatness.
Today, cultural impact is part of strategy. Social media presence, endorsements, personal branding, all planned, all curated.
Curated influence? Does it feel the same as spontaneous legend?
Not the same feel, but wider reach. A player can shape trends instantly. Memes, viral challenges, online communities.
Back then, influence was earned through awe. You watched, you were inspired, you believed.
Now, inspiration can be designed. Global reach in seconds. One post, millions see it. Influence scales exponentially.
But awe carries emotion, fear, excitement, admiration. You feel it in your chest.
Designed influence can evoke admiration, yes, but the emotional intensity of witnessing a live moment, harder to replicate digitally.
So cultural impact is measured differently across eras. Mythology versus global strategy.
Exactly. Jordan created myth. Modern players shape culture in real time.
And both leave legacies. Sneakers, social media, charitable foundations, global fan bases. The platforms change, but the effect persists.
It's not just basketball anymore. It's brand, voice, message, influence. The modern superstar is both athlete and ambassador.
And in some ways, the court is now a stage for multiple battles: sport, culture, business.
That's why impact must be evaluated in context. The era defines the tools define the influence.
But don't underestimate mythology. People remember the moment, the clutch, the aura. You can't download that.
True, but people also remember consistency, longevity, innovation. That can be just as powerful over time.
So culture can be shaped by instantaneous legend or prolonged influence.
Icon versus era shaper.
And this debate just got global.
Exactly, and that brings us to the final module, the future, how greatness evolves.
Let's talk evolution. All right, Taylor. We've talked dominance, pressure, skill, legacy, culture, but what about the future? Where does greatness go from here?
The future is about adaptation. Athletes evolve faster than ever. Training, analytics, recovery, nutrition, all accelerating. The game itself is transforming.
So you're saying the definition of greatness isn't fixed, it's fluid.
Exactly. A modern superstar has to master the present while anticipating the future. Versatility, sustainability, global influence, all combined.
But can evolution replace mythology? Can someone become a legend in real time, or do you need hindsight?
You need both. Fans experience greatness now, but history validates it. Modern legends are building their mythology while the game evolves.
And what about the emotional side? Fear, awe, respect. Do modern players evoke the same feelings?
Maybe differently. Awe now comes from all-around skill, intelligence, efficiency. The emotional intensity of witnessing someone like you did in the 90s may not be identical, but admiration and respect are equally strong.
Interesting. So the moment still matters, but the tools to create it have changed.
And the stakes have changed. Career longevity, media scrutiny, global audience, it all shapes how greatness is experienced.
So what we're really debating isn't just players, it's eras, cultures, expectations.
And evolution, because greatness isn't static, it's a moving target.
I like that. The moving target. You can dominate your time, but someone else will redefine it.
Exactly, and that's what keeps the sport alive. New challenges, new ways to excel, new ways to inspire.
So maybe the debate isn't about who's better, maybe it's about understanding each era and appreciating the greatness it produced.
Right. Fire versus evolution, peak versus persistence, myth versus strategy.
And for everyone listening, think about it. Which kind of greatness resonates with you? The raw dominance that stops a game, or the adaptable mastery that shapes decades?
And how will your own generation redefine greatness in your world, whatever your game is?
That's a question we all get to answer.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you felt the fire. We hope you see the evolution, and we hope you carry both lessons forward.
Until next time, keep watching, keep playing, and keep debating.
Jordan versus Taylor. The conversation never ends.
All right, everyone, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for sticking with us through this journey from fire to evolution.
We really appreciate you listening, sharing the moments, and thinking with us. You are part of the conversation.
Remember, greatness isn't just on the court. It's how you face challenges, adapt, and leave your mark.
Keep debating, keep learning, and keep watching the game evolve in basketball or in life.
From all of us here, thanks for tuning in. Stay inspired, stay hungry.
This was Jordan versus Taylor. Until next time, goodbye and keep the fire alive.